Hello and one and all, welcome back to another video on Joseph Reviews. And on today's review, I shall be continuing the Bond film series. I'm still on Roger Moore Bond films. I've reviewed from Doctor No all the way to Moonraker. And now I'll be reviewing the last one in book 1, as you can see there, 62 to 81. We're finishing off and we're starting off the 80s era of Bond and John Glenn era, since he directed all the Bond films in the 80s. For Your Eyes Only, which is directed by John Glenn, of course. Like I said, it's Roger Moore's fifth Bond film. It's one of the few inflaming books, and this is the 12th Bond film, and like with my other reviews, this is going to contain some spoilers, and you've been warned. And guys, like I always say, I'm going to do my best what I can talk about in this in my reviews, because some Bond films aren't memorable as others, but I'll do my best anyway. You open up with a great gun barrel sequence with Roger Moore. Just that great music you hear in the that's just like the kick-off to the 80s era of Bond. You know, even though it's only like 5 or 6 movies in each day, like at least the earlier ones. Anyways, and then rather than the gun barrel have to open it up slightly, it just cuts and we're on to the film, and you see Bond putting the flowers on Tracy's grave. You know, a hint from On Her Majesty's Secret Service, the George Lazenby Bond film, and then, you know, it's a great little touch, and Bond is sent to a helicopter, and Blofeld shows up. You know, Blofeld used this sonic noise to kill the guy who's in the helicopter, and Bond eventually gets on the helicopter and, you know, lifts up Blofeld in the wheelchair. Then you see this sort of tunnel building and drops Blofeld in a Mr. Bond. Yeah, it's a pretty over the top scene, but really that's what Roger Moore Bond films are. And yes, we are gonna go in more detail later. And of course, we get the usual title sequence and title song by Sheaston Easton, whoever she's called. I keep messing names up, and yep, I'm not very great at it. But anyway, I think it's actually a pretty good song, because, you know, it's the first time we get to see Bond song feature the lead singer. And so after the titles, we'll lead onto the main Bond girl of the series, Melina, who is the main Bond girl in the series, who is really good. And you know, you see her parents get killed off and everything, and you know, you just see her emotion, and you just see the beginning of the plot, basically. Because mostly pre-title sequence have nothing to do with the actual story to the film, but anyway. And then later you see Bond at the swimming pool and everything. The man who killed Melina's parents Melina kills the guy who killed her parents. Then you see some good action going on. You see the Lotus, not the iconic Lotus from The Spy Who Loved Me, but still, it's a Lotus anyway. But it explodes, unfortunately, and then they go to Melina's car and everything, and you get to see all the action scenes, which is great. And you know, a bus gets stuck and everything, but eventually they get out and everything, and some more action goes on. By the way, Melina, We haven't properly introduced. My name is Bond, James Bond. Yes, I just love those James Bond moments. They're just some of the best things in the series, in my opinion. I just love that. I just love the charm that Roger Moore does. It's just really good, in my opinion. I mean, I know a lot of people make fun of, Roger Moore. He likes the charm whenever he says Bond, James Bond, and it's all campy and everything. But come on, that's just the Roger Moore area being what the area is. But anyway, and later you get to see this girl, BB, who's basically a skater. I mean, a lot of people criticize her because she's just in the movie. She has nothing to do with the story. And then you get to see them go into this hotel room, and BB has sort of a little crush on Bond. But Roger Moore is looking a lot older looking in these movies because he's in his 50s at that time, and says, "I think you're wonderful, baby, but I don't think your Uncle Harry would have proved." Him? He thinks I'm still a virgin. Well, yes, well, you get your clothes on, and I'll buy you an ice cream. Yes, there's a lot of great lines in Bond, like I said with the other reviews. And you get a really good ski sequences. Ski sequences are actually really good for a Bond film. Yes, On Her Majesty's Secret Service had a great skiing. This also, in my opinion, had a great skiing scene. You see this strong guy who's one of the villains. I don't really remember any of the villains, to be honest. But they're good enough villain. Sometimes you remember the names of villains, sometimes you don't. But, it's a good skiing scene nonetheless. Bond loses one of the sort of skiing sticks, whatever they're called. And, the action's going on and everything. And later you see Bond go to the stadium and takes out these guys in the sort of a ice hockey sort of area. And what else happens in this movie? Because overall, guys, this is definitely the least campiest of Roger Moore's Bond films. And there's a great scene, which is probably the highlight of the film. And even Roger Moore criticised it because it's not Roger Moore Bond. You get to see one of the bad guys in the car and is on the cliff, and Bond kicks the car off the cliff. It's a great scene. It's one of the best scenes for Bond, in my opinion, and probably the best moment for Roger Moore. One of his best, in my opinion. Probably is, in my opinion, but still, it is right up there. And later you see Bond climb up this wall and everything, on this red rope, just climbs on it, and it's all intense stuff. It's very gripping. It still gets me to this day, which is really awesome, and it's great. And after that, the villains get killed off, and then you see this parrot, because parrots are like the only animals that can actually speak. Which used to be Melina's parents, but now Melina's parents were dead. Then it's now Bond and Melina's parrot, and that's the film finished. That's not really. There's nothing really much I can say about this one, but overall, I think For Your Eyes Only is a pretty damn great Bond film. I mean, it's a very overlooked Bond film because, there's not much going on, but there's some good action, in my opinion. I mean, that cliff car gets kicked off the cliff is a great scene. Probably the highlight of the film, because this is a more serious moment for Bond. With Roger Moore's Bond, it's probably the only serious moment you see with Roger Moore's Bond. But yeah, there's nothing really too campy. I mean, apart from the opening, which it's a good enough opening where the helicopter's lifting up Blofeld, but nothing really too special. But yeah, I think this is a pretty entertaining Bond film. So overall, guys, there's nothing really much I have to say about For Your Eyes Only, because this is not one of those Bond films I do go back into every now and so often. But I will say, though, I do have a good time with For Your Eyes Only. It's got some great moments, and the cliff scene is awesome, like I said earlier. And on my rating scale, I would give For Your Eyes Only. Ooh, what would I rate it? I would probably. I don't normally do 0.5s out of 10, but if I had to choose between a 7 or an 8, I would go with a 8 out of 10. It's a solid enough Bond film, and I definitely would recommend it. Alrighty guys, that was my review and thoughts on For Your Eyes Only. Comment down below, let me know what your thoughts on this Bond film are. Let me know below in the comments. You know, do you not like it? Do you like it? You know, where do you rank it with the Bond films in general and with Roger Moore's Bond films? Let me know all of that in the comments below. And next month, we're on to the second Bond book, which is this, 83 to 2012, because this is up to Quantum of Solace and Skyfall, this 50 box set, Bond 50th anniversary box set. And the next two Bond films in October we're going to discuss, which will be Roger Moore's last two films in the Bond series, Octopussy and A View to a Kill. So look forward to those, guys. And guys, I'll hopefully see some more movies soon. I don't know when, but I'll do the best I can. I am now at college now, so I need to start thinking what I need to do. But as always, comment, like and subscribe, and notify the bell before you leave, and share the video. All my social media links are in the description below. And as always, guys, until my next video, I shall see you guys then, and peace.